and welcome back to York Yesterday. And who's here?
Yes, it really is York Yesterday this week because we brought back the old men. I'm here.
Exactly. I'm here.
This is the first time I've done YSTV. Well, first time I've done YSTV since last year.
Yeah.
And the first time I've done like YSTV live since 2022 when I was
Yeah.
with you.
And we're going to explore that in just a moment. But first, roll the titles.
Hello.
Amazing. So,
welcome
yeah, very
to York
exciting
Yesterday
times
on the
here.
radio.
Absolutely.
You've not done YSTV since 2022, did you say?
Yeah, because I did this thing called graduating, which happens when you leave.
Graduate? Never heard of it. Seems so far away.
It's not for you, but yeah, I graduated and I left, but now I live in Leeds and I came over to do some stuff with URY today, and they had a spot on the sofa. And so
Incredible. There's always a spot on the sofa for you. There's always a
Couldn't say
spot.
no.
And the funny thing is that this is not the first time we've presented together. It was the first time I ever presented for YSTV was with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't
Yeah.
believe that was the first time
It was the
you presented
first time I
on YSTV.
ever presented. Yeah. It was for Roses 2022, right?
Yes, in Lancaster.
In Lancaster. That was a good time. And
That was awesome.
yeah, and that was the first time I ever presented for YSTV. So it's great to have you back.
Yes,
back.
it's good to be back with you. And it's a weird one because obviously when we first did the show together, like I was the experienced presenter you were doing, and it was your first time on YSTV.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've dragged me in from the cold. I've never done this show before. You're here every week. And
Yeah, but
you're really showing me the
You
ropes.
still got the experience. It's all right. All right, we are going to talk about a little bit of local news now. So, do you want to go first or shall I?
I'll go first. Apparently, there's a cat, a Yorkshire cat, that's scared of men and needs a forever home. Josie has spent 220 days at the RSPCA and is in want of a new home. Obviously, I can't be any help.
Oh,
But if you're not a man, go and
go
give it a crack.
for it. That's really sweet. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, the next story I actually saw on the news, the national news, that got me very excited. So one of the rarest animals on earth has been born at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. So a baby black rhino was born 3 weeks ago. And this is incredible because they are so rare at the moment, or just, and the fact that it's been born in Yorkshire as well was like, whoa, it's so cool. But yes.
And finally, a dad of two wins £3 million pounds, a Mallorca villa, worth £3 million, not £3 million,
And
through
Mallorca villa.
Omaze. So I imagine,
Wow.
I wonder who's feeling more lucky, him or the parents of the rhino.
I was gonna maybe I have no idea. I've always wanted to win on Omaze. Have you entered it before?
I have no idea what that is,
good.
I'll be honest.
Yeah. Oh, it's a competition, and I really recommend anyone at home to enter as well because I think the money goes towards the NHS. So it is a very good competition to enter, and you get some really cool prizes if you're lucky and you win
Awesome.
a £3 million Mallorca villa. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, not so lucky this week were York City. They drew 1-1 against Maidenhead United on Saturday. The next fixture is tomorrow. They're taking on Southend United. Currently, they are 18th in the National League table with 34 points.
Yeah, so they're doing all right, 18th. We've seen their whole positioning throughout the whole of York yesterday, so I'm happy with them at 18th, hopefully. So we did some radio as well yesterday, the radio version of YSTV. So we're going to run a few clips from that.
Hello and welcome to York Yesterday on the radio.
Hello.
Hello, Hez. You sound different today.
I've got a chest infection.
Have you? Okay. So we're joined in the studio with Sam. Hi.
Hi.
And Sam is from Bandsock, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a music-themed episode since we are on the radio. And this is part of our YSTV and URY show swap.
I know. It's a strange place, this station.
It is. You sound different.
It's a really bad. I'm dying.
Okay, I'm more southern. So yeah, we're swapping with URY, so all of the YSTV shows are on the radio, and all of the radio shows are going to be on YSTV, so keep listening and watching. Tonight we'll be on until about 10 o'clock with all the different shows, and it's going to be really fun. We normally start with the local news, don't we, Hez?
Yeah.
Yes, but we're on the radio, so I've decided to go a bit bigger.
Oh.
We're going world, we're going international.
Oh, I see.
Nice. Right, so I've got some headlines here. Let me see what you think.
Right.
So, people climbing Mount Everest will now have to clear up their own poo and bring it back to the base camp to be disposed of.
Oh,
Their thoughts?
that's a bit sticky.
Is it? Would you like to do that?
No.
No, okay. Didn't think so.
Mine's in pellets.
Nice.
Because I'm a duck.
Right, do you not clean up your own
No.
feces normally? No.
No, states do that.
Right. That seems sanitary. Banned Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva, I might be wrong, claimed her positive doping test could have been caused by a strawberry dessert prepared by her grandfather on the same chopping board used to crush his pills. Is that true? Do we feel that
I find that unlikely.
accurate?
That's certainly a pudding.
It certainly is. I think that one might be a bit of a lie on her end.
I think they might be telling porkies.
Yeah. You don't do pills, do you, Hez?
No, never. No.
Okay. American rappers Snoop Dogg and Master P are suing supermarket giant Walmart and a food manufacturing company for sabotaging their cereal brand. How can you sabotage a cereal brand?
I guess if you eat them. I don't know.
Eat them. So that's the end of the international news for today. Hez, you've picked the second song
I
of the
have.
show. The first song was Man on the Silver Moon by Rainbow, and that was Sam's choice. Any reason for choosing that one, Sam?
It was the first song that me and one of my bandmates played last year.
Oh,
So
that is cool.
Very
that's
nice.
my heart.
Very nice. This one is your pick, Hez.
Yeah.
Any reason for this one?
It describes me from a personal level.
Okay, well, let's give that one a listen.
So that was the show swap, wasn't it? And you want to tell me a bit more about it?
Yes. So yesterday afternoon and evening, we had a bit of a refreshers event where YSTV shows went and were produced on URY, the student radio station, and URY came over here to YSTV and did some YSTV live stuff.
Yeah, because we're all friends at UOY and YSTV. We all get on, we all cross over. So it was nice to have a little bit of a mix-up, and there was some really cool things that was happening as well.
Yeah, and we will get back to more of that later on in the show because we've got a full highlights clip from the show swap coming up later on. But in the meantime, Hannah, I hear you've been learning German.
Oh, no, I don't want this update. I'm going to leave.
No, I mean, genuinely, I didn't even know you were learning German, so you're going to have to tell me what's going on.
I'll tell you what's happened. Basically, it was 4 weeks ago, Maddie, our lovely producer for York Guest Day, sprung on me, Hannah, you're going to have to do a challenge in 10 weeks. I'm like,
Good.
what? 10-week challenge for New Year. And in the moment, I was like, what do I do? I texted my mum and I said, I don't know what to do. And she said, learn German. So that's what I said on
amazing.
YSTV. I said, yeah, I'll learn German in 10 weeks. The update, nicht gut.
Not good.
It's been busy. As everyone knows, it's been exams and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to get better. There we go.
Right.
There we go. It's going to get better.
Okay.
So I'm just plodding along Duolingo, my bestie. It's chilling. And yeah, it's going all right. Thank you.
Awesome. So I never really got into Duolingo, but I did do a German GCSE
Did
back
you?
in the day. So I'm sure my B in GCSE German
gonna say, are you gonna
will
test me
come
now?
in handy. I don't know. I'll see. What can we do? The only thing that's coming to mind.
Remember your GCSE
The
German.
only thing that's coming to mind is, and this is a question I'm going to ask and see if Hannah knows the answer.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
ready.
has an answer. Was ist deine Lieblingsfach?
I knew this one. Meine Lieblingsfach ist Fremdsprache. For anyone who doesn't speak German, my favorite, you said, what's your favorite subject? I said, my favorite subject is languages.
Oh.
So there we go. I'm getting there. I did also remember that from school, but we're going to pretend I just learned that the last 4 weeks.
I mean, I if I knew how to ask this next question in German, I would. How many languages can you speak?
So Spanish is my degree, so I can speak Spanish. And then, I'm learning German. I've learned a bit of Arabic as well. And really randomly some Indonesian as well, Bahasa Indonesian. So they're my range of languages, but really just Spanish and English. That's it. And now trying to do German. So catch up with me later and we'll see how we're doing with the German.
We'll give it another crack later on. Maybe
Yeah,
you'll be a bit
maybe.
more luck on that. But in the meantime, well, maybe if it's been a stressful experience.
I'm going to need the next thing for the
Yeah.
meantime. So there have been some therapy dogs. I don't know if you've seen them, but they have been in the library. They are really cute. You haven't been here, have
No.
you? But they are very cute.
Awesome.
And we're going to find out more in this report.
Hi guys, here with Milo. Milo, tell us how excited you are. I'm excited as well, Milo. Hi guys, welcome to Wise TV. Andre Todorov here at the Therapy Dogs Report. This is one of the happiest things you'll see at this university, and it's very exciting, so let's get into it. Hi guys, here with Lucy and Jenny at the Therapy Dogs Report with, just really good boys. Tell us, how long have you guys been running this event for?
So we have been doing this throughout revision and exam weeks. So we've been doing one per week during that time. We've got our last one next week, and we have been sold out the whole time. And each day we've been in here, we've done 5 sessions with 20 tickets. So we've had hundreds of students in to see the dogs.
Tell us just the stories, each of you, of how you guys managed to get the dogs.
So Milo is a rescue from Romania originally, and he was found as a stray, but we don't know how long he was a stray for. And then he was picked up by a shelter, and a family adopted him into the UK, and he went to live with them, but they already had another Romanian rescue who he didn't really get on with. So he ended up in a foster home in Doncaster, and that's where we found him. The stars aligned. It was on like a Facebook kind of dog rescue group, and we went to visit him, and my boyfriend was like, we're not getting another dog. We don't need another dog. And I was like, well, we'll just go see. We'll just go see what he's like. And we turned up, and he was just Milo, and he was like, came straight up to us with his big, beautiful eyes, like battering his eyelashes and demanding attention from us. And I remember we left and we hadn't said anything. We were walking back to the car, and my boyfriend was just like, fine, we'll get the dog. And we went back the next day and picked him up. But we don't know how long he was a stray for. We think he must have had a family in Romania before, because he's such a gentle dog. He's a very friendly dog. He's very polite. And we didn't really have to do any training with him. He's just been like this from the day we got him. So.
Yeah. Tell us one fun fact about Milo.
We have to put our bin behind a cupboard, because otherwise he will knock the bin over and he will eat everything in the bin, plastic bag included.
Henry, here is yours. Tell us one fun fact about Henry.
I don't know. He's just Henry. It sounds really daft, but he's been in my life for 12 years, and I still don't get fed up of him. He sometimes, actually, to trick his sister, he will put 3 tennis balls in his mouth, and then she doesn't know which one's hers. So he is a bit smart at times.
And tell us, how did you get Henry?
So, very different. Henry was born at a place called Castle Howard, which is quite popular in York because it's kind of a regal estate on the outskirts. So his mom was their Howard's dog, and they had a litter, and no one wanted Henry. He wasn't seen as breed standard because he has a paw, even though you can't tell now because he's quite old, that was bright white, and they went, nope, no one wants him. He was the runt, so he's actually quite small. But my stepdad worked for the Howard family, and they said, would you like him? Because you've got a 14-year-old daughter who wants a dog. So one day after school, I come home into the lounge, and he's just sat there. And I'm like, is this a trick? And he's been in my life ever since, and I'm definitely his favourite. Even though he now lives with my mom, when I come round, he's all mine, and he's a beautiful, beautiful dog.
Is there anything that people can do at home, or any like charities that you guys would support in rescuing dogs, for example?
Obviously the RSPCA do some fantastic work, and I support Dogs Trust, and I know you got your other dog from Dogs Trust, and they're doing fantastic work as well. So, but also there are smaller charities. Just if you are wanting to rescue a dog, just I would say be very diligent about the research that you do. Make sure that you are with a registered charity and that the dog's welfare is protected at all times.
Absolutely. If you're going to get a dog, make sure you have the facilities to provide for this dog. You understand the dog's breed, all this kind of stuff, because it is very important. And I mean, of course, all of them deserve a home. Okay, hi guys. Here with Betsy and Alfie here at the Therapy Dogs thing. Guys, how you guys doing?
Not bad. Fine, thank you. Surviving.
Surviving, good. Why are you guys here?
Dogs. Yeah. Dogs. Love dogs. Yeah. They're nice, relaxing. Good to take your mind off things, you know?
Is exam season getting a bit stressful?
Of course. It's exam season.
Wait, what course do you do?
Law. Yeah.
What about you, Betsy?
I do chemistry. Yeah.
I just chose law and chemistry, and like you kind of took your mind off things. Come here with the dogs, basically. By the way, do you guys have any dogs of your own?
No, I don't.
I do. He is called Bertie. He is a mix of several different dogs. But yeah, very silly guy. Yeah.
Okay, tell us, how does Bertie make you feel when you're sad and you need a dog to rely on?
He is. Oh, he's just the best. He could, if he wasn't so energetic, he could be a therapy dog. But he's just too much of a silly boy.
Too crazy.
Yeah, too crazy.
Well, guys, thank you so much for this, and enjoy scratching the dogs. Hi guys, here with Samara, and Henry's bottom is in the shoot as well. Samara, tell us, first of all, wait, what degree are you studying?
I'm studying theatre, writing, directing and performance.
Okay, with exam stress going on right now, how helpful is it having therapy dogs here to help out?
Nice, it's nice. I didn't book in today, so I came spontaneously. Luckily there are a few open spots, but yeah, I think we were just a bit stressed out, and I was like, it's at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, so I just came in.
Okay, this is a golden retriever. Samara, tell us, do you have any dogs of your own?
Don't have any dogs of my own, unfortunately, no. But I like dogs a lot, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. True, mean dogs, they really do touch your heart. And tell us, who have you spent more time with so far out of Henry and Milo?
Well, currently Henry, because Milo seems interested in everybody equally, so he's kind of just running about a bit, but...
Samara, tell us, when's your next exam coming up, or are you done with exams?
Yeah, I don't have exams, but I've got essay deadlines, and the next one is like Friday, so...
Wow, and how's that going?
It's going okay. Could be better.
That was encouraging. Okay, thank you, Samara. Cool. And obviously these dogs are therapy dogs, they're here to relieve stress. What other ways would you guys recommend in trying to relieve stress during exam season?
My top tip would probably be, and it sounds really obvious, but just take care of the basics. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep, you're eating food and you're eating nutritious food. Exercise if possible, or even just get your body moving as much as you can, and try to kind of protect some time to do the things that you enjoy doing. Even with all the chaos of focusing on exams, just make sure you have some time every day to keep yourself kind of sane.
More practically speaking, take breaks, and we actually mean that, take breaks. I know that many of you think, oh no, I'll be fine, but having a break every, 25 minutes, just 5 minutes just to chill out, let your brain actually take in all that information, and it's really good for you, especially if you're looking at a screen as well, because that can hurt your eyes. I think also socialise. So I think a lot of people do revision in general on their own, but actually make it a social occasion. You have peers around you who are doing the same exams. Get together. It's a good excuse to talk to each other and actually ask how you're doing. It sounds so simple as we say, but how many of us actually ask ourselves, are you okay today? And getting that out to your peers and kind of saying, no, I'm not doing so well, and talking about that can really help you and make you not feel so alone. And then finally, something that I like to say to all students is, again, self-care. So we talk about doing sort of a checklist for yourself. So thinking about sort of emotional, practical, social, physical activities that you love to do to relax you, and do them. Don't try and make an excuse. I would say an hour a week if you really, really find it hard just to spend some time for yourself. And that's what we've sort of created with the dogs. It's just either motivation because you come to the library and you think, well, I'm here now, I'll do some work, or it's a reward for all the exams that you've been working really hard on. So.
And also, sorry if I can just say, if you are struggling to cope with everything on your own, please reach out for help. Speak to your supervisor or the student services team or your student wellbeing officer, such as us. We're always here to help, to guide you through the process if you're unsure about what happens next, to make sure you know what all the options are in terms of support if that's what you need, and to go through these practical tips and make sure that you're doing everything you can to protect your wellbeing.
Okay guys, this has been us at the Therapy Dogs Report. We've been YSTV, thank you for watching, and gonna keep scratching the dogs. See you later, bye-bye.
The doggies, they're so cute. Well, we're not going to be making doggies, but we are going to be making dragons. Do you know why?
I believe it's the Chinese Year of the Dragon coming up soon, Chinese New Year.
Yes, which is my year. I think I'm the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, 2000s, baby.
Cool.
So, yeah, which is really cool. Do you know what you are?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Well, maybe because I am a dragon, I'm going to have more skills in making it.
Right. So
gonna
the producers, we don't like to blame the producers, but the producers have stitched us up completely because they're asking us to make origami. And do you have a clue what you're doing?
No.
I don't have a clue either.
No.
So we've been looking up the instructions on how to make an origami dragon, and it looked so unbelievably complex.
Yeah.
Like it was. So the first instruction was like, make a petal fold. And I was like, I do not know what that is. So this is our prep. We folded up the paper to look like this, because that's how it starts. And then
I decided I'm going to go rogue.
And Hannah's just doing something.
With my tiny scissors. Which
so I folded it over like this. And now I have no idea what I'm doing. I've got to here, and I'm out.
Okay, I'll give my update while you're trying to figure it out. So at the moment, I've got scissors, which are about the size of this, teeny. And I'm going to be making... I was going to go for your approach, but I've decided I'm going to go for an approach of one of the long dragons, you know? Which is like long, and where they... Normally in a costume, there's like two people, and they go up and down, up and down. So we're going to see how this goes. But we only have like 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, we do not have lots of time to make this origami dragon. This is just... What's the quickest thing we can do?
Yeah.
And the answer is not very fast at all.
And we are going to be making a competition between us now. Who is going to be the best dragon?
Okay.
Let us know in the comments below. You can comment if you're watching live on the YouTube channel. Whose dragon you think is best? There's only one correct answer. Me. I'm joking. Yours is a funky one.
Decided that I'm going to take matters into my own hands like you are.
Yeah, who needs instructions, hey? 40 seconds left. Oh, these scissors are so tiny. So do you know what Chinese New Year you are?
No, I don't. I don't have a clue. If you'd given me some, I could have looked it up, but then I spent too much time in trying to look up an origami, so I didn't. And now I have, with 20 seconds left...
20 seconds?
I have the head of a dragon, and it sits up. Look at that.
Beating me.
I don't know. Shall I give it a face? We'll give it a little tongue that goes like.
Mine's not this good anymore. Okay, I'm gonna pretend that we have a little bit more time. Yeah.
I'm done.
Perfect. What? Okay. Well, I'm still making.
It's not great. It looks like this.
Let's show the cameras. I don't understand how it's a dragon.
It's the head of a dragon, specifically the top half of the head of a dragon. You've got to use your imagination just a little bit to try and imagine that maybe it's got a body here and a mouth here and all that good stuff. But I don't think it's too bad, given that I don't know what origami is. It stands up.
I'm going to shock you with mine. Just you wait a second. Okay.
I'm sure waiting.
Entertain everyone.
This is a blank piece of paper. On it, I could write anything in the world, but I'm not going to because Hannah is now done.
Because I am now done. So you know when you're in Chinese New Year carnivals and you see those incredible costumes like I just said earlier?
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
Way.
It goes doo-doo, doo-doo, like that, yeah?
That is more of a dragon than that.
This is the face of my little dragon here. The body, you know, she's working on it. She's just came apart a little bit, but it's fine. Her name is Dorothy the Dragon.
Right.
And she is very happy to be here at YSTV. Her best friend is Hez. And yeah, this is her. She doesn't need legs. Not every dragon needs legs. And she's blowing fire, if anyone's wondering, from her green mouth.
Can you just try something?
Yes.
If we put ours together, that's not actually too bad. If we glued that there...
look at that!
That's pretty good,
There we go!
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream
Make a second
work.
bit, have a big mouth there.
Amazing.
If we had another 3 minutes.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm proud of us. Well done, we smashed that. Well done.
Absolutely.
Boom. Incredible. Well, if you want to know more about Chinese New Year, look it up and you can find out what year you are from, you know, Chinese New Year, which is really cool.
Coming up next, as mentioned earlier in the show, we've got some highlights from Show Swap. So, yesterday, YSTV and URY, so us, the student TV station, and then URY, the student radio station, had a swap where loads of URY shows came and did shows on YSTV, and then us, YSTV, went over to the URY studio and did some audio-only stuff. And we've clipped up this 4-hour afternoon of stuff into about 5-6 minutes of just the best bits for you.
You're watching YSTV.
And you are watching and listening to TV on the radio on the TV. It's Show Swap. We're simulcasting. Simulcasting is when we're playing out both on YSTV's YouTube and on URY.
Hello and welcome to York Yesterday on the radio.
Hello.
Hello, Hez. You sound different today.
I've got a chest infection.
Have you? Okay.
On telly.
This is University Radio York.
On telly.
You're listening to URY News Hour.
On telly.
But you're not listening. You're watching. We're on the telly. Oh my God, what does it feel like?
We are on the TV.
Guys?
It's great. 2 weeks ago, students in the department were sent an email from the computer science reception containing a guide on how to use the toilet.
It's been a red card in the Swans derby, but for who, Matthew Keel?
I don't know, Ollie, has there? Must have missed that. It's a red card.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of The Mole. I am your host Jack and I have 5 pest exterminators with me here looking to answer questions on a film or TV show episode correctly in order to win against the mole. It was Ava.
Oh! I knew it!
How?
Surprised.
Ever. There is another accomplice.
No, it's you! It's Sanziana! I knew it!
It's Sanziana.
No way!
Well,
hello. We found you.
I am Beth, and you're listening to Talking Tellies. Funnily enough, television is my entire personality. And this week I am joined by...
Hey, I'm Cynthiana. And we are not live on URY. We are on YSTV. This is QWERTY, the best and only video gaming show on campus. This is on the radio.
Hello and welcome to Think Outside the Box. I am your host Jonathan, and this is a special radio episode.
Yeah.
The words are Simon, Eleanor, Brittany, Theodore.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Well done, Cynthiana.
Yes!
And welcome to Soundcheck. Welcome to Soundcheck. As you can tell, me and Tolan thought we'd add the shock factor there, since we have very limited resources here. Which of these quotes were written by the Smiths? Yep. And which of these quotes were... I'm just trying to throw off Dizzy here by looking to each camera. Which of these quotes were written by Sylvia Plath?
Hello. We're here with Roll With It, and we're here with
Ben
and
Jordan.
We're gonna talk a bit about the Oscars.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Jordan's Desert Island film.
Yes, as always. Very excited for that. Yeah, no, I ran them by my friend earlier and I immediately got criticism.
Oh, good evening, and you're watching This Evening on YSTV. I'm Colin Reid. Thank you.
Hello, this is One and Dice. The premise is that you have stolen a time machine. However, this time machine, which you've stolen from Dr. Placeholder, has a slight quirk in that in order to travel through time, you have to select a song. Welcome to the Dream Team!
Welcome everyone, this is a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are listening to Soccerholics on the radio, the show that covers football from Camp Nou all the way to Campus. And yes, I will use that line every single time.
Hello and welcome to my attempt to do Confusion, which I gave up on and started doing University Challenge instead because I spent too long making a cooking video.
Okay, let's go down to your room. Do you still have all those candles from your Olivia Shrine era?
Oh, I think so. I haven't seen them in a while, and I might have burned them all the way down though.
That era lasted a long time.
Are you glad it's over?
Oh, hello. You're on What's for Tea. We've got a mukbang here.
From YSTV.
YSTV.
Hello and welcome to Untitled.org. No, Untitled.exe. What are we today?
Dot question mark.
Dot question mark.
Which, if you're doing glob syntax, that's just dot single character, so it doesn't match any of them.
So that was Show Swap. And what a way to kind of wrap up the friendship of YSTV and URY. And it sounded like it was an absolute blast to take part in as well. I asked Corey, one of the producers, what it was like to be a part of yesterday. And they said, and I quote, "Yeah, it was all right."
There you go then.
Yeah.
That's all right then. So that has been York yesterday. It's gone super fast. Thank you, Towers, for coming in.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been so much fun being back on the old red sofa.
Hopefully it's not going to be your last time.
We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. As you can see, our dragons are here. You've named him Dave.
Dave.
Dave, and I can't remember the name of mine, but it's either Deborah or Dorothy. So yeah, if you get inspired to make your own dragons, let us know, tag us in photos, why not? And do not turn away from this live stream because we have so much coming up for you guys. We've got game night.
Everything's fine.
Think outside the box.
Soccerholics.
Let me cook.
Pop culture.
And Untitled.mov. Hey!
Amazing. Looking forward to all of that. Great stuff. And yeah, it's been really so nice to be back on the red sofa.
Oh, that's
Hopefully
so nice.
we'll be back here again soon.
100%.
But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to be off to have some questionable takeaway pizza.
And I'm going down the pub to have a few drinks, celebrate the end of exams. But hey, and start of term.
But don't you go anywhere. See you later.
Bye.